Alright, sorry about that. A little bit of a mishap as the phone rang, and the phone wasn't meant to ring. I didn't actually make it to the phone in time. Usually I have a phone behind me, but the phone behind me apparently doesn't have any power today, so that's fun. Oh, I need to catch my breath. Been running up and down the stairs. God damn, more exercise than I usually do. Alright. You just saw us load into the game. That wasn't really meant to happen, but nonetheless. We're going into Sandshrew versus Elroy. This is the deciding match of Group H, and we're going to jump on into this right now. Pretty awesome actually that this is starting early, because that means that we might actually be able to jump into a second deciding match a little bit later on as well. How exciting would that be to cast 2 deciding matches? Alright, well. Let's jump into this game. I mean, you've already seen it loading up, so I'm not gonna mess around too much further. But let's go. The first map once again in this best of 3. I mean, we've seen these two guys play each other already today, and they started off on this exact map. So maybe they ended up doing just the same map vetoes. In the lower 6 o'clock position, this is actually more or less the same positions as well. In the exact same position as earlier, it's Elroy, the green Zerg player, representing New and Blanche. And in the upper right hand corner, the red Terran player from Carnage Esports, it's Sandshrew. Last time he did spawn actually over here, on the number 1 position, but this time he spawns over here on the number, we don't really know position. I actually don't know what position it is. I'd assume this one would be 2, right? If I was labeling these, I'd go 1, 2, 3. I think 1, 2, 3 would be weird. Either way, he's in the upper right, he's the Terran player, and he did lose earlier to this opponent, so let's see if he can do any better this time around. And this time I really think his scouting is going to have to be on top of, he's just going to have to be on top of his scouting, because last time that Roach Bane attack hit him, he really wasn't expecting it. I'm also intrigued to see how does he change up game number 1 here on Merry-Go-Round. Last time we saw the Hellbat play. You know, we all know the Hellbats, or Zerg players and Terran players will at least. And he opened with the Hellbat play last time, but he wasn't really able to do too much. You know, it was, it was so-so. But, yeah, I mean, it didn't work out for him too well. You know, one of the main reasons it didn't work out too well was actually because of the gap in his natural wall. More than anything else. I mean, it wasn't so bad that he wasn't doing any damage. He was threatening the Zerg, he was forcing units. But when a bunch of lings come in and clean out your natural mineral line, that's never, ever going to be good. First Reaper over here, and it looks as though already, I mean, he's changing things up. In fact, is that a second Reaper? That must be a second Reaper right now, yes. So second Reaper. So changing things up, just going for, changing up, going probably into the fast 3CC play, which he went for on Habitation Station last time around. Second Reaper coming across the map to just join up with this first one. We're just going to control here for now. And do whatever damage he can do. But that's probably not going to be all too much, because Elroy, you know, he's defended Reapers 100 times. He probably is pretty used to not taking any damage. And look at this, he even just pulls back nice and quickly. He's been in there, he's seen the gas is down. In fact, he must have a pretty good idea of that gas timing. He probably knows the speed's on the way. And yeah, he'll have a really good idea about what time speed's going to finish. So he heads back home, he's not going to risk losing his Reapers for anything. And we've just got a safe little kind of macro play for now. Hello Revolution. Hello Matt. How are you doing? That looked as though that didn't go quite right. And there we go. I'm going to have to swap up the switcheroo. Command Center 3rd CC. Going to start building here. A lot of lings actually coming across the map. I'm going to start attacking these Reapers. But even with speed, I think the damage is already more or less done here by the Templar. He's took down a couple of lings. Now he should be able to take down the rest. Are they going to get an SCV? Are they going to escape? That is the question. Oh, 2 more lings coming in. Oh, more lings coming in. Oh, Sandshrew. He just gets up there and now his Hellions come out. And okay, he should just be able to defend this without too much of an issue. But oh, that was so close to losing the Reapers. Almost a pretty big mistake for him. In the end, it was okay. It didn't make too much of a difference. In fact, he didn't lose anything in the end. So that was actually, you know, in the end, that was really nice for Sandshrew, because these lings were made instead of drones. He's killed off a few of them, which means a few more have to be made again. Otherwise, you know, Elroy's in a bit of trouble, because he still needs to defend this Hellion Reaper attack. So that's pretty nice for Sandshrew, getting some free damages essentially on the Zerg. And his 3rd CC now morphing into an orbital command. He's getting his wall set up here at the front. And a few more Lings going to run by into this natural, but again, they're just going to die without doing anything significant. So, still good here, and Sandshrew going to start attacking on this third base. Going to try and bring down the HP of this as much as he can. And a couple of Marines going to try and ward out these this Overlord, which is really nice because, I mean, if we check Elroy's vision, he's already making 7 roaches. He's getting a lot of units, and that's because he has no idea what's going on in the main base. He doesn't know there's a third CC. He doesn't know this is greedy play from his opponent. All he knows is that his opponent went for Hellbats last time on this map, and that he's got the potential to do the same again. So, I mean, 7 roaches are going to be more than enough to defend the Hellions. And, well, we're actually still seeing Lings and roaches being made. Are we just going to see a big timing from Elroy? I mean, I guess we could with this many units coming out. And again, Sandshrew, he's not spotting it. He's not spotting any roaches at all because he's just continuing to go after this third base. Roach comes over here now, a couple of them, but I mean, that doesn't notify him of the fact there's a bunch of roaches heading across the map. Some Lings coming across as well. More roaches and more Lings reinforcing. This is going to be a roach Ling burst onto the natural now. It's going to be so important for Sandshrew to react quickly. If he pulls his SCVs immediately, he's going to be good here. Is he going to be able to do it in time? And Marauder comes out. And this bunker under attack. The SCVs aren't pulled in time. He starts up another bunker. That's not really what he needs. He needs the first bunker. And I kind of feel bad for Sandshrew. He just, I mean, his Hellions just aren't in the right place to spot these attacks. Elroy is so good at moving his Hellions in such a way that his opponent can't really spot them. And there's the GG. And Elroy continues his winning streak against Sandshrew here today so far. And my god, if this series is going to be as fast as the last time we saw these two guys play, we're going to finish right on time to get into another decider match. So wow, game number 1 to Elroy. Surprising. I guess not. I thought Sandshrew may have been a little bit better on his scouting this time around, but unfortunately he wasn't, and that led to this. Take a quick drink and wait for game numero 2 to begin. How's everyone in the chat doing? I know there's not too many of you actually chatting, but there's plenty of you watching, so hello to you all. You know, I'll probably say this 100 times throughout today, but I hope you're all having a good time. I hope you're all enjoying the show and just enjoying the stream, and because I definitely am. Absolutely, I mean, like literally, it's crazy. Casting DreamHack. Who would have ever thought? Quite amusingly in the DreamHack Open chat right now, everyone is fighting to get into Space Marine versus Madalisk, and well, we are waiting for our invite into Elroy versus Sandshrew. And there it is, King Sejong Station for map number 2. Now this is different. Last time we saw Habitation Station. So Sandshrew, I feel he probably got rid of some of the smaller maps here. And you know, King Sejong is definitely going to be the largest map we've seen these two players play on so far today. So this could go differently. You know, Sandshrew may not die. We may actually see Sandshrew get into the mid game. You know, he's got this opportunity now to get into that mid game. He can do this. He can really, really do this. So, come on, Sandshrew, I believe in you. This is where Elroy goes for something crazy like 14 gas, 14 pool, Baneling bust on one bane. Can you imagine? Sandshrew is like, right, I finally figured out this guy likes to play aggressively. I figured out he's good at defending my aggression. Let's play a larger map. Let's get into the mid game. And then Elroy's just like, no. You died now. Quickly. Alright, let's get into this game right now. It's 1-0 to Elroy from New Blanche. And he's playing against Carnage Esports. Sandshrew. That was a bit of a tongue twister. Sandshrew. Let's get on into this game. Alright, so good luck, have fun is called. First of all, from the upper left hand player, the green Zerg from New Blanche, Elroy. Of course, these are the first group stages, and you know, there's a handful of players who you've probably heard of before in here. But the real action starts later today in Group Stage 2, where you know you'll have the pro players moving from Group Stage 1. Will start meeting up against the 2 pro players who are already set into Group Stage 2. That's where things really start to heat up in preparation for tomorrow, where Group Stage 3 begins, and then round 16, and oh my god, it's just going to be amazing, right? I am all set up for just a DreamHack weekend. Really sick to get to cast, and in the lower right hand corner, the red Terran player from College Esports, it's Sandshrew. Alright, this is an SCV scout because he wants to go command center first. He's really changing up everything here. He's really changing up everything. He's going just Mega Greed this time. CC first, completely different style of playing it would seem. Comes in, spots the hatch first, isn't going to be too worried about that. And Elroy probably going to be thinking, what you scouting for with an SCV. You'll see very soon that it is going to be a CC first, so you shouldn't have too much to worry about for too long here. And that is started on the low ground. And what do we see? Do we see a single barracks into a gas? That's the most common of follow-ups from a... what was I going to say? Most common follow-up from a command center first. Barracks into gas, in TVZ at least. And that's exactly what we're going to see. It allows you to get your factory up in a nice time. A couple of Marines, reactor in a factory, and you're all nice and safe, and pretty much just into a standard game with a little bit of a better economy. So, skip the Reapers, doesn't see the need for them this time around, and we're just going to head into... I mean, he might get into the mid game. Is Elroy going to try and punish this? That's the real question here. Now, this is actually the first time he has not opened with gas. He is completely gasless right now in his over in his main base. As you can see, no gas at all. So this is the first time we've actually seen this from Elroy today in ZVT, and that means he's probably just going to take a very fast third base of his own. And I mean, he's confirmed that this is a CC first. He knows that, so he can pretty safely take a third base as well. He knows aggression isn't going to be coming towards him for a little while. So that's definitely an opportunity you could take up. He's going to be able to get them queens out to creep over towards that third base very quickly because he's gasless, so he's going to have a lot of energy to spend on creep tumors. And yeah, this is altogether pretty awesome as for Elroy. I think for both players, I think Sandshrew may finally start to get what he wants, which is a bit of a, oh no he's not, double gas before 5 minutes. I think Elroy is just going to once again go for a bust. I mean, 5:30 is kind of standard for gas. 6 is the most standard. But before 5 minutes, something has to be up here for Elroy. He has to want to do something, I think. And I mean, is it going to kill Sandshrew again? We've seen him die from busts not once but twice now today. And I mean, this is the last opportunity. If there's ever a time to actually spot it coming with your Hellions, now would be that time. I think he needs to focus a lot less on the third base and focus a lot more on what's walking out of the natural of the Zerg player and just generally covering all areas so that you see it coming. Because the last 2 times it's happened, he's had no idea it's coming towards him until the very last moment. There's a starport coming down. Is it going to be a tech lab? Yes, it is. So that would suggest Hellion Banshee. Continuing his wall off here. Oh, very fast lair from Elroy. Well, this is something we haven't really seen today. Oh my god, is he going to go 2-base muter? Or, you know, very fast muter. I mean, he's got a 3-base already on the way. Is he just going to go 3-base muter? Like, very, very quickly? Because that would be disastrous to what Sandshrew is trying to do here. Which is it's Hellion Banshee. And, oh, I mean, you can still see Hellbats as a follow-up to this, but the real problem is there's no anti-air. You know, you're not making a lot of Marines early on. You're not investing in your extra barracks for quite some time. You're not getting engineering base for quite some time either. You've got no anti-air. You've just got Hellions and Banshees, and neither of them shoot up towards the Mutalisks. Oh, look at this. You know, I kind of feel like Elroy must have played the scout. Oh, okay, well, actually, that was just a perfect scout. He comes in, spots the Banshee, knows exactly what he's playing against, and right now... Okay, so he's not going Mutalisks, he's going for Roach upgrades with this double Evo chamber. So it looks as though he just wants to head straight into Hydras / Roach speed. And there's that Roach speed starting up. So again, he looks as though he just wants to hit a very quick, a very strong 1-1 timing. And You know, this could work quite well as well. Now, I think one of the important things for Sandshrew will be to make sure he keeps his Banshees alive. Because if you can keep the Banshees alive, when this attack comes across the map, he's going to be able to pick off at them roaches for quite some time. So Banshee numbers are going to be very important here. Already we see Marauder production coming up as well. Quite often we just call that, well, at least I call that the safety Marauder. You know, you make a Marauder just in case there's roaches, which, having seen how Elroy is playing today, isn't exactly unlikely. He spots the roaches here, but look at this. He's not committing towards that third base. He's really doing things different this time. He's not committing over here a lot. He's just saying, he's always keeping tabs on the army. He comes and he pokes, sees the army is still here. Cool, I'm going to get back over here. Still see nothing's over here. Nothing's moving at me. Cool, I'm not in trouble. Behind us, he invests into his engineering base. He invests into his barracks. But again, it's going to be very important for him to just not really lose anything. So when something does come across the map towards him, he sees it coming, and most importantly, he can start picking away at it with those Banshees. Because he's not going to have a lot of bio units for quite some time. Look, he even blindly sets up a second bunker. Has he a scan that I missed? No, he's just doing this blind just in case, because he's died so much to stuff like this already now. A lot of roaches on the production. I mean, with the Zergler, he's had 52 drones, so I guess this is the point where he just wants to start massing roaches in time to move across. With 1-1, he's actually continuing to make some more drones. Oh, he loses a Banshee, and again, that's bad because the Banshees are, of course, one of the only things here which really do damage to these roaches initially. Takes down a couple of queens, but again, the roach count continues to build up, and a lot of Hellions actually starting to die off here as well. And Elroy, he now has roach speed, and this is something which, oh no, his Hellions actually getting surrounded here. Elroy, well, now there's one Banshee, and now he's going to start chasing these roaches. I think immediately we need more bunkers, and that's exactly what Sandshrew thinks as well. Starting to add some more here, but is it too late? I mean, these roaches are very close. They've got roach speed as well, and this is something Sandshrew will have identified. SCVs are pre-pulled. He's in position. He knows there's some kind of roach attack going towards him. Is he going to have enough repair to outdo this roach damage? I don't think so. Banshee coming across. I mean, good job so far. These Marauders in the bunker add on so much. But this next bunker is going to go down, then the Marauders go down, and then there's nothing to really fire for Sandshrew. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call game. Well, maybe not quite. I mean, we've got more roaches coming across. We've got some more Marines and a Marauder, and the Banshee's still hitting down. But one more bunker's going to die. These SCVs are all going to go down. Sandshrew's actually half the supply of his opponent, so even if he cleans this up eventually, it's going to take quite some doing for him to just get back into this in any real way. Another Marauder goes down here. These roaches come up into the main base, kill off another Marauder again, and Medevac's come out. Uh-oh. And that was a lot from Sandshrew there. But, yeah, it looks as though that's it. Roaches do get cleaned up, but again, well, here's wave number 2. And behind this +2 on the way, Burrow's on the way. You could actually start burrowing these roaches now as well. There isn't really any protection. Contaminates the tech lab barracks to stop Marauder production. I mean, this is starting to go a little bit better for Sandshrew. He's starting to clean this up a little bit more easily. He actually now picks up in the medevac, so just get that. And looks as though they may just straight up be too many roaches here for one to deal with. I mean, +2 is going to finish in the near future as well. And I mean, this is pretty much. I mean, even if he survives now, all Elroy has to do is actually spend his bank and then attack with everything, instead of just streaming a couple of roaches across the map at a time. And yeah, it looks as though that is pretty much going to be the end of the attack for now, as these Marauders will finally battle this away, kind of. And Sandshrew can finally land his natural expansion again. Does have 3 CCs? I mean, he can come back in the work camp. We talked about that earlier, but again, now Elroy he's just built up a bigger army, and he's just going to go with everything at the same time. Sandshew's actually supply blocked here, losing them depots on the low ground, and this is going to be another fight which will probably go Sandshew's way, just because Bio's that efficient. It's in a better position, and Roaches aren't fighting in a good place. But I mean, still, losing more depots, he's still supply blocked here. He's desperately trying to start an armory. Maybe start to do. Elroy's actually just dancing his units here. He doesn't really care. I mean, these units have stimmed so much as well that the medevacs don't have any energy left to heal them. They're on such low HP. This Bling actually burrows underneath the command center, so he can't land. This Banshee, he's on 16 kills. I mean, he's really been a hero here, but again, it just shouldn't really matter in the end, as that is both players. So it looks as though the connection at Dreamhack dropping out for a moment there. but not at a really important moment in this game, as this is going to be the last few units of Sandshrew desperately trying to escape. He's still playing, he's still trying to get unsupply blocked. And these roaches are now dancing. Well won. Good luck.